Oh,
Hey now,
there we go.
I think we're live.
We'll do
Who
it
knew?
live.
Dear Lord, you don't know the things that happen on our end, people. But hey, we're here to have a little fun. It's off season, so off season shenaniganery, as Rocket likes to say, shall happen. So let's talk some jerseys, shall we? We're going to do our annual. Well, no, I don't want to say annual because we'll probably forget about this next season.
The first and maybe last.
Yes. First and last annual top 10 best jerseys and worst jerseys of the NHL. So let's just come out firing hot. We've already done our drafting. And so we're going to do the best first. And we're going to start at 10. And we're going to work our way up to our number one spots. Usually you draft, your first, but it's more fun to go in this order. So I was last in the draft.
But
Go
we
ahead.
should mention, though, AJ, the certain stipulation we have on ourselves for this.
Cannot take a Sharks jersey.
Nope.
Can't.
And also, we had jerseys that we agreed were, crappy or awesome, and so we've weeded out all of the jerseys that we agreed on. So basically, both of our top 10 lists for the three of us are going to be totally different.
Yep, absolutely true.
So we're going to be talking about 60 jerseys tonight.
Yes. Yep. Dear God, when you put it like that, oof.
Chris Creamer, if you're watching, you're welcome.
Dude, settle in, people. Grab some popcorn. Here we go. So I since we're going in inverted order, I go first, and I'd like to thank the home office in Saskatchewan for this. And with the number 10 selection, I am going with, that's right, the oil drop, the Edmonton oil drop jersey from 01 to 07. I know a lot of people refer to this as the home shot jersey, but I don't care. I like the fact that it had the cog. It was totally different than anything else the Oilers had at the time. It doesn't feel that obnoxious orange. Phantom saying I hate those. Well, you know what? Make your own top 10 list, pal.
I like the design of those letters. Those are pretty cool.
Yes, I like that too, especially with the outline and everything like that. Former Shark Mike Greer in the photo. So yes, with my selection at number 10, remember we're going inverted. Number 10, I took the Edmonton Oilers third jersey. So Jerk, you're number 10.
All right. Well, first, I would like to thank the city of the internet for hosting. And
we're only doing that once, guys.
And special shout out to all of our fans on the internet watching. And my 10th best jersey is going to be the Detroit Red Wings jersey from the 2017 Centennial Classic. I like it because you think about Red Wings jerseys, the red, it's classic, it's iconic. And so to go with the white jersey, it's already something a little bit different, but you have, you've got multiple stripes, but they're not totally overbearing on the jersey. You've got some silver trickled in there as well. And I think everything just thrown together, I think it all blends together really nicely. And then if I'm not mistaken, is the beginning of starting to see commemorative patches on the shoulder as well. And I just think I like that as a better look, like for camera purposes. And so I think there's a lot that this jersey obviously does for me. And then going beyond that, I believe it's the English D on the pants. It's just a nice small piece that kind of adds to everything.
Now, look, you prefer the special edition patches, you prefer those on the shoulder versus like where a C would be on the front?
Yeah, I just think, especially with outdoor games, you obviously have the camera at a higher angle. I think it's just easier to see what the patch actually is.
But I mean overall, though.
Generally speaking, I would say yes. Obviously, there's some rare instances where a team has a pretty badass shoulder logo, in which case it would have to go on the front. But I would say for the most part, I think I like it better on the shoulder.
All righty. And so, Eric, you're number 10?
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank the city of San Jose for their hospitality. Also, a special shout out to our jersey draft party in Oshawa, Ontario at Chris Creamer's house. Salute to you. And with my number 10 pick in the best, we're staying with the same game here, but I'm going with the Toronto Maple Leafs Centennial Classic from 2017. There was just a uniqueness to it where that blue just stood out bright with a nice little chest stripe with the maple leaf logo in it. I thought that looked really fresh, and the accents with silver really, made it pop.
All right.
May have been one of the few instances in the history of outdoor games where both jerseys are really nice, because usually you have a dud and you have a stud.
Absolutely, and the silver touches, I think, on both Toronto and Detroit really played a key one.
Or if you're from the year 2015, you had duds on both sides. Anyway.
Well,
except for that shoulder patch that the Sharks had.
Yeah, that I'll give you. So with my number 9th pick, I am going with the current version of the Ottawa Senators. Again, as Jerk pointed out, we've got a nice shoulder patch rock in there. I like the color. Just, I don't know. The red, white, and black, it goes together really well. The way that they laid out the jersey, just good looking. And then, of course, the big oh on the front is just, yeah, that's a favorite of mine, just because, you can literally throw this jersey on and say, I'm going to show everybody my oh face. So, yeah. Ottawa Senators, baby.
That's probably the first time AG's probably gone with Erik Karlsson in the picture.
Pretty much.
And in case you didn't know, little tidbit, that front logo represents how many wins Ottawa's going to have next season.
Yes. Well done. All right, Jerk, your number 9 selection.
All right. Yes. Office Space. Great movie. Number 9. It's making a comeback. The Vancouver Canucks black skate jersey. Those of you who know about my jersey preferences, obviously both of these gentlemen do. I'm not the hugest fan of black jerseys, but there's something about this one. I think it's the combination of the orange, the yellow, the red, the white, the black, just kind of all meshed together. There's something about it that just pops really well for me. And I think I'm not generally a fan of predominantly orange and white jerseys, but I think when you get the right amount of accenting to it, I think it can end up looking like a pretty cool jersey. And obviously being a primarily black jersey helps that case. And I think just top to bottom as well, the arm and the waist sleeves, the stripes, the stripes on the socks as well, and the gloves, everything just sort of rolls together very nicely. And one of the few black jerseys that I actually like.
See, I think Jerk is going with this because those colors just remind him of the Calgary Flames, but I'll let it go.
and because we are talking it, I can finally say, since it's been a while, did somebody say Vancouver?
You get one.
That's all I got. I'm good. I'm good.
Right, you're number 9.
I think that's the only Vancouver one we have on the list.
Why am I not surprised?
Right. For my second round, my 9th round pick, I should say, I went with something that was really unique, but really nice too. The original Nashville Predator jerseys prior to the lockout. There was something uniqueness about the shimmer sheen. We've seen that with the Sharks, but that blue stripe where it contained the nameplate, I thought was a sweet touch to it. And then, when putting these together, I tried to find the most obscure pictures as possible. And I think nothing screams Nashville like Paul Correa the one year he was there. So
you are killing me.
I don't like the color and the design of the alternate captain patch. I think they could have done that better.
Yeah. Yep. Big time. But watch your P's there, pal.
I apologize.
My ears are popping.
I apologize for my.
So, for the 8th selection, I'm going with they only wore these for a year. What do I have this written down?
No.
I must have somehow I wrote something incorrectly. So anyway, throw it up there. That's right. I'm going 06. I will take the Buffa Slug. I don't know why, but there's just something I just don't care for the current. I like this darker blue. I like the gray accent. I like the Buffa Slug. I think it has it looks fiercer than the two sabers crossed together. Oh, that's why they're called this. No, I'm kidding. But it it's I don't know. I like this fear the Buffalo. This makes me fear a Buffalo. I like it. Now, does it look a little bit like it was inspired by the San Diego Chargers? Sure. But I still like it. What would make this better? Get rid of the stupid front numbers.
Yes, I knew that's where you were going with it.
Yeah, the front numbers can go. The Buffa Slug. I mean, it's nice that they made uniforms for the University of California, Santa Cruz, if they ever have a hockey team.
Yes.
Hey, Jerk, who's in that picture?
That would be Jason Pominville, former Sabre, former Wild, current Sabre.
Doing the show again.
Unrestricted free agent.
Yes, unrestricted free agent.
Give us a call. Would love to hear.
Oh, God, no.
Would love to hear one more added to the population, if you feel what I'm saying.
Oh,
AJ would kill
move
me.
on to your eighth. Move on to your eighth, Jerk. Just move on.
All right, so number 8 for me. Basically, I talk so much about not liking black jerseys, and what do we have? We have another black jersey. It's the Tampa Bay Lightning jersey, and that is the best freaking picture you could have chosen. So nice work, Eric. It's the Tampa Bay Lightning's home jersey, or did they still wear color on the road back then? I think they did.
That was the first year they won the cup. Was the first year they wore the home darks.
You're right. So the Tampa Bay Lightning's former away, and then at this time current home jersey, the black one. I think what did this one for me, obviously that logo, it's a classic 90s logo. I kind of wish they would go back to it, but I think you have the black jersey, but then you've got the big white waist, and you've got the white sleeves as well. I think just provided a kind of a nice breakup to it as well. And a little bit of a side note, some extra credit here at NHL. Go back to those Stanley Cup final patches, because those are way better.
Those are pretty sweet, but why is it going to be white?
The funny thing. Go ahead.
The only thing I'm not a big fan of that is just it's a little odd to me that you would use 2 different word marks, one for the city, one for the team. But oh well.
Yeah, but I think that's a product of the 90s, trying to be wild and different.
All right, Eric, you're 8th.
The one thing before I get to my pick, the one thing about that, the number of times they changed the font on there. I mean, remember when they had like the paintbrush font on there? That was no good. But you talk about how crazy the 90s were, guys. And I think with my 8th selection, there wasn't any better one than, well, get your drinks ready, folks, for the Desert Dogs. Yes, the Desert Dogs, their original Kachina jersey, and now it's essentially their present third jersey. I mean, it was so unique out there. The Picasso Coyote, I thought it looked really good. It was unique. It was completely opposite of what the Winnipeg Jets 1.0 had, and looked pretty good on JR, I say.
Well, the thing that I think is so funny about this jersey is the fact that when it came out, when the Coyotes started, a lot of people laughed at this jersey, especially the logo, because you'll remember at one point they ended up doing a logo where they featured just the head of this artwork. And this jersey caught a lot of heat. And then they totally revamped their whole jerseys and changed their coloring and went with the different logos. And then, of course, within a couple of years, I really wish we had the Kachinas again. just goes to show you, man. It's like you don't know what you got till it's gone.
Well, and I like what you said too, Eric, about how it's totally different than what Jets 1.0 had. I mean, they were, white and the red and the blue, and then here you turn around and you've got, I mean, I'm gonna take a stab, some Kelly green. I'm gonna throw out an adjective there, some Kelly green with that almost like burgundy maroonish color, and the striping and the number shapes. I mean, everything, just throw it together. We the three of us talk about it all the time, both private chat and on the air. It's so ugly that it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Looking,
it's a perfect way to describe that.
Looking in the chat to see what we got so far. Marty McFly saying it has a cactus on it. It's bonkers. Davalo saying, and now the Coyotes use fewer colors than the Jets did. LOL.
No.
So
the Coyotes use color.
Yeah.
Singular.
Mr. Changes suggested I should have gone with a Boyle pick. Yep, that's true.
Yeah, that's all right.
That's okay.
Oh, I can't believe you didn't go with a Ricci. No, I'm kidding. I mean, you'd have to Photoshop it, but anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
But AJ, your seventh selection.
With my number 7, I'm going with I'm bringing back the whale, kids. I'm going to be like a jerk. I'm going to bring back the whale. So, yeah, I got to, and the fact when Carolina brought these back earlier last season, that was just so cool. Now, I am not a fan of the color green. I don't know why, whether it's the current Dallas uniforms, what have you, even in using green and blue together. It almost feels like those colors are overused, specifically in the Pacific Northwest. But anyway, not a fan, but something about the whale, man. Yeah, I didn't go. You'll notice I didn't go with the blue ones. Had to go with the green ones because those just popped more for me. Although, you know what? I bet you this probably would have went better in white, but you got to go with your colors, people. So this is my pick for my 7th. Jerk, how about yours?
So for me, number 7, this one's a little recent, but it's inspired by the past. It's going to be the Buffalo Sabres Winter Classic jersey from 2018. Again, similar to how I'm not really a fan of black jerseys, why it's got to be black, I'm not a fan of white jerseys either. But what did it for me, number 1, it's a white jersey, but it's got multiple elements of color to it. Number 2, it's that shade of blue that really calls back to the Buffalo Sabres of like the 80s and the early 90s, where it was the lighter blue as opposed to the darker blue. I know you said you're a fan of the dark blue, AJ. I'm not. But that, and then the striping, you have the double striping in terms of quantity, but also you've got the double color in there as well. So you kind of throw in the yellow, but you keep the numbers the solid blue color, which I think gave it kind of a nice, almost like a layered look. Okay, you got your blue here, your white here, your yellow here, and it all just threw together really well. And if anybody knows where an Adidas size 56 is, you follow me on Twitter.
Paging Eric Bottomer from Adidas, our good friend. Not only is he a Sabres fan, but he got to design this jersey, so there's a lot of special stuff to this one here. And
I'm just, I don't know what it is. I'm not a big fan of primary colors for some reason. Like I tend to like the darker ones, with the exception of red for some reason. That just pops. But yeah, like I like a more muted yellow or a more muted green versus like the old Dallas Stars jerseys, that kind of a deep green. But anyway, your 7th?
My 7th is an adjusted pick from what we gone with, mainly because we couldn't find the one I was looking for. But the original alternate jersey for the Pittsburgh Penguins from 95 to 97, and they loved it so much they went with it from 97 to 2002 on the road. I love the gradient in the middle that they went off of the chest. I mean, there were some teams that went to go for gradients like Vancouver and Los Angeles. This one looked really classy and really worked super sharp with the Penguins.
See, this is odd because I actually had your 7th pick jotted down as something completely different. So
right, and that's in my original.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because I couldn't find the picture.
Oh, okay, forget it then. No, this is a solid choice. This is Robo Penguin, right?
Right.
Yeah, I never had a problem with Robo Penguin. I kind of actually liked it better. I thought they could have made the logo look a little tougher, but I like the I like the layout of this. There's a part of this though. If you change that blue, if you change the black of the jersey to like a dark navy blue, very reminiscent of Nashville back in the day. But anyway,
I could see that.
Yeah. So moving on to the 6th round. And boy, you know what's so funny is like I had one Pacific Division. I started with the Pacific Division, and then everything else has been in the East. And so now I'm going with the 02 to 07 New York Islanders. Don't ask me why, man. There's just something. I just like it because it's so different. I'm not going fisherman. Sorry, not going to happen. But this would be cool. Like if you could take that. The other thing that I should also explain too. I'm generally not a fan of circular logos in the center. I don't know why, but circle logos I don't know. They just don't work for me. But boy, if you rip that, I want to get a blank one of these and put a black SF Giants logo on the front of that. But no, I don't know. I just like the design. I like how it has the different coloring under the arms and under the sides and everything. It just this jersey popped. I liked it.
The irony, folks, the guy who doesn't like orange too much on hockey jerseys picks an orange jersey, but it was unique.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for is design. Like you could take that and invert the colors and it would still look good.
See, I disagree. I think that jersey is one of the ugliest jerseys I've ever seen.
Hey, we'll get to your pick for worst later. For now, what's your sixth best?
So my sixth best is going to be, it's the Washington Capitals white jersey from 95 to 07. Why is it got to be white? This is, you're going to sense a theme with my jerseys for my best anyways. A lot of them all have different elements that mesh together really well. Obviously, the logo, it's iconic. It's a bald eagle. It's coming in. It's looks very aggressive, which is cool. You don't see, obviously, I'm going to, throw a dart and say that secondary color there is some form of copper. You don't see copper used very often in a hockey jersey. I thought that was unique, but you still mix in the element of the darker blue, the white, the black. You get it in kind of a, not necessarily a parallel striping. You get it a little more skewed, which gives it obviously a different look. And then, the color and the design of the alternate captain patch as well. The shoulder patches are freaking badass. There's just so much about this jersey. It's like you take the pieces and you put them together, and it's one of those things where I would love to see Adidas update this into like the Adizero style and throw that out there.
Now, was the home version of this, was it black or was it that really dark blue?
They had a blue version.
Oh, I'm thinking the black one had the Capitol building on it.
Yeah, the blue version had the bald eagle. The black version had the Capitol building.
Yeah,
and they went away with the blue one and went black like a couple of years later. Made that their road jersey, which of course then became their home jersey.
And now they look like the firecracker popsicles. So
there you go. All right, your sixth.
My sixth. Well, to kind of staying in the theme of the '90s, but it was just so popular, and it really just popped, especially with that logo. I'm going with the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, their original style jerseys from 1993 to 06. Paul Kariya now in his appropriate jersey, I guess you could say. But it was unique. It was updated, but it also had it did have a professional feel despite it being a Disney logo in the front.
I liked it. There are very few jerseys in my closet that don't have a Sharks logo on them, and guess what? This is one of them. So yeah, I feel you. All right, with the number 5 pick for this round, I'm going with the Dallas Stars alternates. Hey, now from back in the day, people. How old is this? Like 22 years old?
Can you believe it? 22 years ago. Originally their third jersey, then became their away and then eventually home jersey for a couple of years.
Yeah, I like this jersey. I wish we could have had a slightly better photo, but I love this jersey just because of the way that the star actually, the whole jersey was like a big star imprinted on it, the way that the green goes into the black. I thought that was, again, I'm not maybe the biggest fan of the colors, but just the line, those lines on the entire jersey where it made a big star. I thought that was really well done.
And Richard Duvall is also mentioning this was the original template for the All-Star jerseys from 94 to 97.
Yeah, and I kind of like that. Yeah, that was no problem with that.
I just liked those because for the captain patch and the numbers, you're going with white, but you still have the elements of color that kind of you have a lighter color as like the border for the numbers in the captain patch, but then it's on that dark like Kelly green or forest green background, and so it just kind of really pops. Like you get Modano the puck, and you can see, oh, that's number 9. He's hauling ass up the ice, and he's probably going to score. Like it was a nice element to add to it.
So, Jerk, how about yours?
So, with my list, obviously we're going back and forth, recent and then long time ago. So we're back to recent. It's the Winnipeg Jets white heritage jersey from a few years ago. obviously had a Reebok version of it for the Heritage Classic in 2016, and then, you know, brought in an Adazero version of it for the last, I want to say, 2 seasons. And again, same thing with the Capitals jersey and the Buffalo Sabres Winter Classic jersey before. You have the white jersey, but it's got multiple layers of color to it. You've got the navy blue shoulder caps. You've got the red and the navy striping. The logo obviously has multiple colors, and it's the classic logo, of course. And the numbers as well. The numbers pop really well despite being a darker number. And then same thing, you can see it right up there, right above the 5. You got the commemorative patch on the shoulder, and I do have to disagree. I think the Adidas version of this jersey, Jesus, is better, only because I like the crew neck collar as opposed to the V-neck collar. But we're really splitting hairs at this point. It's still a fantastic jersey either way. Just something about that color all added together just pops really well for me. And same thing, if you have a size 56 in Adidas, please let me know.
No, I gotta agree. I'm Reebok all day. But anyhow, all right, you're number 6.
Again, I go a little more on the 90s side, but I thought these were the best Ducks jerseys, and they were the 3rd and I guess 4th jerseys for the Mighty Ducks at Anaheim. Nike put this one out, and again, kind of similar to Nashville.
We're still doing best, right?
Yes, we're still doing best.
This is what you went with. Okay.
Yes, yes. No, the horizontal stripes I think look really unique. Again, the nameplate where it's hidden, you can kind of see in the barely in Korea where it's in the jersey striping, I thought looked really unique with this one. And personally, while you know my last pick for the Ducks was kind of more professional, this was like a unique look. Definitely had some more of a racer look, and that the 90s were all about.
Agree to disagree.
And that's why we picked that's why we did a jersey draft.
Yes. So with we're already at number 4. Cool.
Yep.
So with the number 4 best in the league for me, granted only used for a hot second, but I can see them doing something more with this. I'm going with the 2016 Detroit Red Wings Stadium Series jerseys. Now, you have to take into account, for the most part, I like a jersey. I like the colors. I like the home jersey, if you will. I'm not a fan of white jerseys, as we had mentioned before, with the exception of a couple teams, and one of those is the Detroit Red Wings. I think that their road whites look better than their home reds. I don't know. The current home reds for Detroit, and they've been that way forever, are just a little too bland for me. This, to me, is damn sexy. So this is, I think this is just a killer, just really well done. I love the fact that, like, you know what would ruin this is if the big white stripe in the middle was perfectly horizontal. The fact that it has that arc or angle to it, whatever you want to call it, solid jersey, people.
I think too, I think having the white stripe, I think having it skewed is because you kind of have that D, whatever you want to call it, the tail on the back of the D. It's sort of it's parallel to the jersey, but then sort of skews up ever so slightly. And so I think having the skewed white stripe, I think just gives it like that kind of like layered look as opposed to it just being one kind of, you know, shoved on thing. And also too, very interesting, in this game, the Red Wings were the away team and they wore their colored jersey. You don't see that very often.
Right. In a unique modern look from the Red Wings. We haven't seen that, but we hear there's a 3rd jersey for the Wings this year. We'll be interested to see.
It should be this.
I think it's going to be a white jersey. That's just me.
Why is it going to be white? Jerk. Jerk, you're 4th.
Well, number 4, we're sticking current here. It's the Edmonton Oilers blue heritage jersey, or if you want to throw it back a little bit, their home jersey from before the ugly oranges, or their road jersey from the Wayne Gretzky era. I mean, they've worn this jersey many times over, but it's still a hell of a jersey either way. I mean, I partially picked this jersey because I think orange as a primary color is a crime. So obviously this one was an easy choice for me. But if you're looking at my jersey picks and you're thinking, I wonder if Hockey Jerk's favorite color is blue, you'd be right. So obviously going with blue here, and I don't hate orange as a secondary accenting color, so I think it's
Unless
appropriate
it's on
here.
a Sharks jersey?
Of course. And obviously with the orange numbers and the orange letters as well, it gives it that same, light color on a dark background popping effect. And then I'm a big fan of the multicolored stripes too. You've got the white, you've got the orange, you got the white again, and then you kind of got the little bit of a longer sleeve on the orange. So it kind of, again, it gives you a lot to look at, and it sort of all blends together really nicely versus just being, okay, here's an all blue jersey that's just boring. You actually have a lot of different elements to look at.
Okay, stop crapping on my 10th selection. All right, Eric, who do you have it for?
At 4, another unique looking jersey. It's the team that brought out Pacific Blue the first time around. The 74-76 California Golden Seals, their road jersey before they moved to Cleveland.
And for those of you watching, no, you haven't recently gone colorblind in the last 10 seconds.
But this was the precursor to teal in the NHL, and unique, kind of like those classic football shoulder stripes on there. And this kind of works, even though there is a word mark for seals, and I'm not exactly the best fan for words on the front of your jersey, but I think this one kind of worked. But the jersey, the uniform itself, overall with the pants and such, looks sharp.
Oh man, that looks like the jersey that your mom gets you at Walmart when you can't afford the real one.
I will say, I'm not a fan of the jersey by itself, but I do agree with you, Puckguy. The ensemble as a whole with the pants, the gloves, the socks, I think it all blends together really well. And the vintage brown goalie pads, I think, just makes it kind of a very poppy and interesting ensemble. But jersey by itself, absolutely not.
Yeah, Gilles Malash in there for it. So we move to the 3rd round. AJ, who's your pick?
Well, kind of harking back to your 6th pick, I'm going with the current alternate for the Anaheim Ducks. Now, I think the reason why I'm going with this is because, let's be honest, you replace the eggplant on this with the color black and flip out the logos with Sharks logos, and this would make a hell of a Sharks jersey. Just saying. You see the teal on the shoulders, and you got the gray in there. I'm telling you, you just pop out that logo, put in a Sharks one, and put NorCal patches on the shoulders, and this is a hell of a jersey. But yeah, I love I thought Anaheim hit it out of the park with this, because for me it's a great mashup for me of the past and the present. Of the only thing I think kind of ruins it for me are the useless drawstrings. Because I'm sorry, I just think drawstrings on the new Adidas jerseys with them using the crew neck. Come on, man. Literally, it's like, I want to say it, but it's a little profane. But anyway, yeah, this is my 3rd, just because I love the mashup of old school converse with new. I just think it's a really strong blend that Anaheim came up with. And I think this is what other organizations need to aspire to when they come up with their new alternates.
I like everything you said there. That's a really good point to explain it. It's a good way to explain it. But my question is, how do you feel about the Ducks getting rid of these for next season in favor of the orange Mighty Ducks from the Reebok 2.0 jerseys?
I mean, obviously, I'd rather have the ones that I just selected. I think the orange ones are fine, but I think these ones are well. But the orange ones also have the throwback crest, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so that's the only saving grace. Like if they slap that big, duck foot D logo on there, then I'd be like, no, 1,000 times no. But yeah, I think you gotta give a nod to where you started, and that for them that was with the eggplant and the kind of teal.
Yeah.
I also really quick, I also like how the current Ducks logo, that like golden brown on the jade shoulders of the past. I think that was a really nice pop as well.
Definitely, definitely. And for them to go out and actually use all the colors, you have a tie to everything in their history. I think it really pops out. Tetrahydro cannabino LTHC. Who's the one in the middle of the Puckguys hanging jerseys?
We'll get to it.
We'll be getting to that a little bit later. But we move onward to Jerk. It's your pick, I believe.
Yep.
All right. In the top three now, Minnesota North Stars green from 81 to 88. I'm kind of like AJ. Green is a weird color for me, but in this situation, I really liked it. Similar to what Eric was saying about the Seals jersey, where you have the gloves, the pants, the socks, the helmet, the whole ensemble. It all goes together really well. And I just think, I don't want to say green is my second favorite color, but it's a color I wish that would be seen more on jerseys. Obviously, I'm a fan of the Dallas Stars jersey that AJ mentioned earlier, and I was hoping Seattle was going to use green for theirs. Obviously, it seems like they aren't, but this one for me it's a darker green, so obviously it's more easy on the eyes, and just something about like the slight yellow and the white, it all just pops really well for me, especially in the 80s. You think about, you're starting to see teams as we go into the 90s kind of transitioning rather into the more loud jerseys. And I feel like the North Stars were kind of the first ones to show off a loud jersey. But even then, just the dark green and everything all blend together, I imagine it looked really nice flying up and down the ice.
There was a movie way back in the day called History of the World Part 1, a Mel Brooks movie. And there's a line in that every time I see that jersey, I hear it on my head where it just goes, everything's so green. All right. You're third, puck guy.
Yeah. So we're getting closer to our top jerseys. And this one I thought always looked solid. The pre-Adidas Boston Bruins jerseys, their edge years from 2007 to 2017 with the yellow socks. I just loved this jersey where it's black and yellow, and the font yellow because it's got to be pissy. I don't know, but the font as well. They have that black outline, really, sharpens up the numbers from a distance. I think it looked really, really good here.
Nice.
Yep.
Definitely. All right. And we get to the final two. So with the second selection in my draft, I have two words for you. Yeti frickin' foot. All right. The Yeti foot came to play. Colorado needs to be, and of course he uses a photo that doesn't have the Yeti foot in it. This was, the first jersey that the Avalanche wore. I loved this. Now, I'm not saying that the Nordiques sucked or anything, but I loved everything about this jersey. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of primary colors, so I like the fact that it was like a maroon. It was a deep red. The blue that they used in it was like a navy or a deeper blue. And then with the white and the silver accents that they used through this, clearly Puckguy looking around for a better photo to use.
Yep.
But the best part of this, besides the that Avalanche logo, I'm sorry, that's again for me, it's another one where it's like they hit a home run with the logo design straight out of the bat. In Colorado, in Denver, lots of snow. They nailed it with the name, they nailed it with the logo, just everything. But the best part of it was they nailed it with the Yeti foot patch. Like, that was the coolest shoulder patch you could have come up with. And the fact that they replaced it with that boring ass nod to the Rockies or whatever, just blech. But I loved I even like the captain's patch does look like a little bit like a penis. I have to say that. Like, I think they could have done that a little bit better. Like, that's literally the only knock that you could come up with for this jersey. But I loved everything about this jersey. I thought, well done. Well done. Again, the maroon, just everything about this was awesome, including the silver linings on the numbers. But again, Yeti frickin' foot.
Yeah, I like the especially in the blue. I like that kind of like almost shimmer look that it has to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then also I like with the Avalanche current with their Atta Zero jerseys. I like how they kind of threw it back a little bit to having the predominantly blue shoulders as opposed to the weird Reebok edge striping. I almost feel like the current Avalanche jerseys, it's like a more modern adaptation of these ones that you like, AJ. And I just think, aside from the edge jerseys, I think Colorado as a whole has really done well with their jerseys.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that, well, I don't know that if you blame it on Colorado, if you blame it on Reebok, but boy, when they made that transition and added in the piping, they ruined the jersey as far as I was concerned.
100%.
Yeah, the apron for Reebok was bad, very bad. I'm glad that Adidas kind of inspired, made it a little bit simpler, but yeah, I agree with you. The Yeti would have been.
What the hell are we looking at now?
Well, before the Avalanche were the Avalanche, and they were transitioning from Quebec. They were originally going to be called the Rocky Mountain Extreme, and here's and this is from aesthetics.co. Those were the logos, folks, of what it would have looked like. Oh my goodness gracious, that was bad. And Jerk,
Jeez, it's like a logo for like your
beer league softball team.
Right? Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I think I have a roller hockey jersey with that logo on it.
Dude, I was gonna say, or that was like the logo for like a Dungeons and Dragons, like like rehab group or something. Wow.
Oh, all right, so number 2, the runner-up, if you will, it's the Pittsburgh Penguins Robo Penguin, the white Robo Penguin, not the one that Eric chose. Again, why is it got to be white?
I'm saying it.
It's again, I
do like this one better, by the way.
There is, and this jersey doesn't really have any redeeming qualities about it that stand out outside of the crest logo. I think I am biased based on the crest logo alone, but again, you've got the yellow accenting to it, but it's not overpowering. It's a subtle touch. You've got it on the shoulders, on the arms, and a little bit on the waist, and there's just something about it. Like I said, I honestly think I made this pick for the logo and nothing else. And I mean, at the same time, who doesn't love Mario Lemieux? So,
right? At least you put the right guy in the photo. Surprised you didn't end up with no, the way he's been going. I'm honestly surprised you didn't like have Tyler Kennedy in there, but okay.
Well, the theme I was going for was trying to find as many former Sharks in the jerseys we could pick.
No kidding.
But you know what, Jerk, to quickly go aside really quick, they were supposed to have 4 jerseys when they came out with these uniforms.
Really?
Yeah, they were so you know how the road jersey had Pittsburgh, diagonally crossed.
Mm-hmm.
They were also going to go with a white version of that and then a black version with the Robo Penguin on it. Again, this is coming from aesthetics.co. But yeah, it was supposed to. There were supposed to be these 4 jerseys here to go with it. But of course, they were also tinkering with going black in that Vegas gold back as early as the early '90s too. So,
I think they made the right choice.
Yes, choice.
Very much
proper choice made in a big crapping way. So here comes a picture of Danny Heatley. I'm kidding.
No.
All right.
No.
Your pick.
But he is an effing son of a, my number 2 pick was the Ottawa Senators 3rd jersey from 2011 to 2017. This is essentially the original, the black version of AJ's pick, but this one looked really nice. It was nice stylized barber pole, kind of a nod to the past, but kind of updated current. And while Eric Carlson does look sharper and Teal, EK65 looking pretty good in this one as well.
See, I look at this and I go, there's something about those shoulder patches that are just not working for me, man.
Yeah, the shoulder patches and same thing. I mean, at least they're consistent. Also a nod to how many wins they're going to have this season.
Exactly.
So Eric likes this one. Obviously, I'm not really a fan. The shoulder patches are weird, but I'm also not a fan of that, like the Ottawa O on front of the flag that they have on the pants. I just think it's very weird because They're the similar. The flag and the O are similar colors, so you kind of have to look at it for a second to even realize that it's two different layers there.
That's where they should have gone with that updated side profile Senators logo.
Yeah.
I thought that would have looked nicer, even if it is just black pants.
So with the number one, now I mentioned this earlier, but there are very few jerseys that I own in my closet that aren't the Sharks. But with the number one pick, oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, this is one of the best thirds ever made on the planet.
Absolutely.
So booyah.
I was so bummed you had this as your number one, because this was definitely going with my second round pick.
Look at AJ. He's got props.
Oh, baby.
He's got props.
Yep. No, had to go with it.
Costuming department coming through.
No.
And again, another one of the rare times where I actually like the white one better than the I know, why is it going to be white? But I like the white versions. I don't know. It just pops. I don't know. Just again, another time where a team hit it out of the park with the logo, taking it like showing in one picture. They could take the NYR off of the crest and you would see that and know exactly what team that is.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least the city that they play in. So yeah, this was for me. And again, this is all around the idea of we weren't allowed to pick Sharks jerseys either way.
Yep.
Because the third generation Sharks jersey probably would have been my number one pick for worst. But anyway,
I like the captain's patch and also the numbers on this jersey.
They're like triple layered, weren't they?
I was gonna say I have a Rangers jersey, and it's like there's a stupid amount of layers, but from far away it looks sick altogether. This has that same like shimmer kind of look that the Avalanche jersey has, and of course Statue of Liberty is classic. So
yeah, and another well use of the shoulder patch on that, where they took their normal crest, throw it on the just really solidly done, guys. Solidly done. So that is why that is my number one. And and if you didn't know what team, let's just really quickly see. Can anybody guess what team represents Jerk's number one pick?
Well, if you ask Jessica, I'm sure she'll go on a tangent about the Penguins and how they're the only team I care about. But this one, I own this jersey, I'm proud to say. Hashtag Our Flames, AJ. Yes, Marty McFly knows. The Calgary Flames third jersey. Those beautiful jerseys. Again, the Calgary Flames have 3 jerseys they currently wear. Each jersey has a different crest logo. This crest is the best. You've got the white Flaming Sea, white hot, of course, with the orange flaming tails to it. Obviously, again, I don't even know what to like. Red, orange, whatever, I'll break out my RGB swatch book and get you an exact color for this. But you've that color, and then you've got like the white and the lighter orange as the stripes, and so it kind of blends together. And same thing as we were talking about earlier, the helmet, gloves, pants, jerseys, the socks, everything, it's all uniform and just a nice ensemble. And I think especially with this color jersey, it's a bright jersey. So to go with the white crest and the white letters and numbers just pops really well. And I always love Calgary Flames Saturday night home games are always my favorite ones to watch because they wear these for those games, and just seeing those fly up the ice, it's fantastic.
See, and let me just point out one more thing before you dump the photo.
Sure.
I just love the fact that this photo features a bunch of people in the crowd wearing the jersey that I like for the Flames.
See, I'm not a fan. Now, obviously, back in CCM and the Reebok, or CCM day rather, they did wear that jersey, and it had, I believe it had a version of like the flaming goat or whatever on the shoulder, or it had something different on it. But what it has now with like the Alberta and the Canada like the flags, lame. I for one am excited. I can't wait for 2021 when these become the home jerseys. So that's all I'm going to say on that.
All right. And let's move into the numero uno of all.
Yep. This one was tough because again, I was trying to plan it out nicely so I could take the Rangers jersey in round 2, but of course, AJ has to take that from me.
Dude,
Yes,
would
Laurel.
have. Oh,
Sorry,
thank you,
I
Laurel.
don't mean to interrupt. Laurel, shout out.
But dude, you had to know I was gonna take this. I mean, dude, really, come on.
Yeah, but I go with one of the classic ones. That's kind of like the unique standard of them all. I think the Montreal Canadiens home jersey. I mean, you can't beat that anywhere. I mean, the red and the blue with the white accents, the chest stripe. I just love right there. It goes so well with the Montreal logo in there. It's just nice, clean, crisp. Absolutely love it for my number 1.
Yeah, it's an iconic jersey. I mean, it's synonymous with hockey, has been forever. So I get it. I'm fine with that. I could have seen either this or the Maple Leafs one you took. Well, that one obviously doesn't have the history, but still, this is not too shabby. And Davalo's saying current Canadiens jersey is not good, and it's all because of that Adidas collar. I'm telling you, man, a damn Adidas collar. Ugh.
let's talk in the chat and see what you like of our 10 jerseys. Each of us, just as we prepare to get ready for, well, the worst.
Well, and while we'll throw that to the chat right now, like, you know, who let me just put it this way. Who's number 1 did you like the best, or who do you think had the best 10? Which ones did you agree with? Which ones did you disagree with? While we wait for you to put that into the chat window, I will remind everybody, hey, it's Tealtown USA. Haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? Do us a favor, hit the subscribe button wherever she is, and hit that notification bell. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and on Twitter, all of those things at Tealtown USA. And don't forget the website, tealtownusa.com. Just had an article posted a couple of days ago where we did a quick one-on-one with Dylan Gambrell, and the first article from our friend Kelsey. So she's going to be doing a little bit more for us on the website this coming season. So do us a favor, check out all of that stuff. But as always, hit the subscribe button if you would, hit the notification bell. Let us know that you're in there, throwing us a thumbs up. We would certainly appreciate it. Going to the chat right now. Is anybody surprised that we named 30 jerseys, our best, not a single Chicago Blackhawks jersey?
Right.
I mean, I'm just saying, Eric finishes last for including the Awful Ducks third as his top 10 all time. I'm not going to lie.
It says the one that probably loves that red Canucks alternate.
You know what?
Years ago,
I will say, and we'll get to this a little bit later, as you'll see. But the on those jerseys in that era, you know, that kind of red and blue orca style, you know, the stick and the rink logo looked really sick with that color scheme. It was the shoulder patch on their white jersey. I just really liked that. But I saw somebody say the Canadiens jerseys are ruined because of the Adidas collar. So I actually own an Adidas Canadiens jersey, and I think the Adidas collar makes it look better because you have. I agree with everything Eric said. It's the red, the blue. It's classic. It shouts hockey, and it's fantastic. But the Adidas collar, it's about an inch and a half thick white stripe around it, and it's just that nice like breakup, almost layered look that just looks, I don't know, makes it look better to me versus the the Reebok style.
Davalo's at Hockey Jerk blocked.
Well, you know, it wouldn't be the first. So
no, and what's funny is that we're getting called out by a couple of people. They're like, Anaheim made the list 3 goddamn times for best jersey. Don't think they don't appear in the worst, people. I'm just saying.
Don't worry. They're coming.
Yeah, but yes, I like. Thank you, Marty T, for the words and for the donation. So somebody did ask for favorite Sharks jerseys.
Yep.
You know, your favorite Sharks jersey. You know what? I don't think it's any secret for anybody, but hey, the heritage, you love your first. I get that. It's all well and good, but you know what? And I'm just going to put this out there because I know the other guys aren't. For me, it's the second generation jersey. And for the reason for me is just I mean, it's literally, for those of you who don't know, that's the one I'm talking about that hangs behind me in my office. Okay, that Mike Ricci jersey. That jersey is always going to be my favorite, just because it was so different. Like, I mean, their first jersey, absolutely brilliant, hit it out of the park. But I love the second one because just everything about it was totally different than anything that was happening in the NHL at the time. Whether you talk about the word marks, the fonts that they used, the like those arcs that came up underneath the arms there, and the arcing on the shoulder, just everything about it, the really kind of weird V-neck. It was just, I loved it. So that's one of my favorite Sharks jersey, or that is my favorite Sharks jersey so far of all time, with the exception of that white warm-up shimmick that I got earlier.
No, if it were me, I would go with the white original from back in the day in 91.
Why has it got to be white?
Yeah, because
it's
that was
either
the
white or
home jersey.
teal. Yeah. But the Nike one with the black gussets and such, that was my favorite teal jersey of all time. I thought that was perfect.
So my favorite Sharks jersey, it is going to be the Reebok Edge with the black shoulder. No, I'm just kidding. It's actually the Stadium Series.
I knew
kidding.
he was going there.
No, you know what? I have a really hard time picking a favorite. I have a really hard time picking a favorite Sharks jersey, because outside of the Reebok Edge, I legitimately do like them all. But I think if you put a gun to my head, I don't even know, because I feel like I'm going to get a lot of crap. But I like the teal jersey, the Atta Zero jersey, only because you look back to, even going back to CCM, there wasn't a shoulder logo, and then Reebok Edge, and the next wave after that, both of those jerseys, the shoulder logo was the same as the crest. So very plain Jane, very boring. And then you come in with the Atta Zero jersey. Now it's got the screaming shark on it. It's something different to look at, and it allows the Sharks to kind of attribute more logos to their organization. But that said, if I had to pick something else, well, it's got to be the teal inaugural jersey, of course.
Yeah, but screaming sharks on the teals, and then the SJ logos on the whites.
Oh, I would have switched that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I would have too. In a big way, really quickly. I'm a little surprised that that's the way that they went. But anywho, yeah, there you go. And then I think we're all agreed, third generation worst Sharks jersey ever. Okay,
Yes.
Let's start.
Let's go to commercial.
Huh?
I said we got to go to commercial, pay the bills.
Oh, in other words, Jerk needs a bio break, so we're gonna vamp for a minute.
Well,
hey, I do have a bag of chips right now. These could be your chips. Just DM me on Twitter.
Oh, dear Lord. So anyway, for those of you who've been wondering what we've been up to, just having fun, enjoying the summer, a little time off. It's nice to wind down, but I don't know if you've noticed, but we have thrown up some articles on the website since the beginning of Free Agent Frenzy. Also threw up a couple fun videos on our YouTube channel. Go check those out. And of course, Instagram and Twitter is where you can find just about everything on the face of the planet with regards to us. But we do have some things in store, some things in the pipeline, if you will, that we're excited to unleash upon you. We just can't get into it right yet, but we think you guys are going to dig it.
Yeah, you're gonna blow your mind for sure.
Well, let's not oversell it, okay?
Okay. Well, I think, like Randy would say, as one of his ad libs, we're taking it to the next level.
Sure.
Okay.
Wait a minute, Phantom. The Sharks have never made a bad jersey. I respectfully disagree, my friend.
Yeah. No,
well, you know what it was for me with the third jersey is I think it was like just too much change all at the same time, where it was not only we getting a new jersey with that Reebok design, which I wasn't a fan of at first, but not only did we get a new jersey, we got a new shade of teal. They've added the color orange, which made the new shade of teal look more green than teal. and especially when you consider that the the very first Sharks jersey was that kind of powder teal. Then they went to a much darker teal for the second gen, and then with the third generation jersey that Jerk is showing, it just, the addition of orange just made the teal on there. It does, those two colors just don't work for me. The combination just does not work. So throw all that together with a brand new logo, which at the time, I've grown used to the toupee shark, but I really, I loved the original logo. Absolutely loved it. And there's something about that. I'm not, Jerk talked about it earlier. I'm not the biggest fan of black jerseys either, but when you put that original Sharks logo on a black jersey, holy crap, does that pop?
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Would you say the first black jersey would be your favorite third of the Sharks?
Oh, absolutely. Well, no, my favorite third of the Sharks ended up being their second generation jersey.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, pulling out the technicalities.
Yeah.
Somebody did their homework.
I know. So let's get into the worst, people. Now we had there's a lot of time, we had some good time with the best jerseys in the NHL, and that's all well and good. And I think for the most part, we had some decent selections, but let's be honest. It's more fun to talk about the worst ones. And so we're going to start with Puckguy and his 10th after we answer a question. What was the first hockey jersey you ever purchased? Jerk?
Well, okay, let me clarify real quick.
Crap.
Purchased myself or got as a gift?
Your first ever.
It wasn't, Amanda didn't specify. It should just, it says ever purchased. So I'm saying used your own money and got.
That would be a teal Next Wave with Joe Pavelski on it.
Okay. Oh, dude, and Mr. Chango in the chat, you can go F yourself, my friend. But I thought those were the worst you just did. Mine was in 1993, and it still hangs in my closet today. A teal, inaugural teal jersey.
Yeah, the one I first purchased was the inaugural teal. The first one I ever had was the original whites that my mom got for my birthday. I don't think I took it off for like 20 days.
Had to purchase it yourself. So let's start with the 10th. Puckguy, you're on the clock with the number 10th of the worst jerseys in the NHL, people. This is going to get fun.
Oh yeah, number 10. When you
I almost feel like we should have put this in two different shows. We're going to have to split this, but anyway.
All right, the 10th worst in my mind, when you want to put stuff all over the place, and with a lame word mark, it's the Washington Capitals from 73 to 95. Their third jersey from 2011 to 17, and currently their third jersey again. There's just all kinds of wrong here. I mean, how many stars do you need to put on a jersey? I mean, there's more stars on this jersey than the Dallas Stars. And the logo, wow, that's impressive.
They're the Washington Capitals.
I mean, I've seen worse, but and I do feel bad because it would have been really funny if somebody's worst would have been in somebody else's best. But anyway,
right.
And for those of you who think that Hockey Jerk is a huge Pens fan, here we go.
So for me, the 10th ugliest jersey in the NHL is honestly, I didn't specify color, which I've been doing all throughout the first part of this. It's the Pittsburgh Penguins jerseys from 07 to 2016. I had the black ones in mind, but these ones are equally as awful. Number one, Vegas gold is one of the worst colors out there, so you can write that down. Secondly, it's so boring to me, and they look like practice jerseys. And obviously the Reebok V-neck, I'm not really a fan of that, so not a fan there. The font and the color style of the C and the letters, it's fine, I guess.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, this is just an ugly jersey. I mean, you have the Vegas gold coming out of the armpit, and the Penguins won the Stanley Cup against the Sharks in those jerseys. So, F you.
Yeah, let's just be honest. Those things just as soon as they came off the printing press, boxed up with labels that said "on the way to Africa."
There's a reason they went back to Pittsburgh gold. That's all I'll say.
Yeah. In that quote unquote Vegas gold, man, that looks a little darker than like the Giants cream jerseys, to be honest.
Okay. So, it's my turn. All right. So, with my 10th selection for worst jersey in the NHL, of course, I am going with, and I think that I'm right here because it only lasted like 2 seasons. Yeah. But holy hell, the St. Louis Blues, man. Look at this. It's just like somebody dropped a box of crayons on a jersey. Or like they gave a box of crayons to like some 5-year-old kid and said, "What do you think would look like a cool jersey?" And this is what they ended up with. And the fact that Wayne Gretzky had to wear this piece of trash is just unbelievable. What a they just got it wrong on so many levels. I mean, the logo looks cartoonish, and then putting the little tiny St. Louis along the top was just like, why? I mean, just so many different things about this jersey this jersey is so wrong. It should have been in Vancouver is what I'm saying. This looks like this looks like a bad Vancouver jersey that somehow made its way to St. Louis is what I'm saying.
See, Falls is getting triggered right now.
I actually like this jersey, except for the neckline and I guess the drawing of the logo. It looks like, yeah, AJ, it looks cartoony. I know in the past and even currently, and even kind of on the pants logo, that it's more straight lines, and then obviously the angles are more pointed, while these are more rounded. And yeah, it looks like I'm watching like an animated cartoon.
Yeah, there's something. And let's be honest, to top it all off, what kind of a douchebag wears a turtleneck under a jersey?
Oh, come on.
Sorry, as soon as I saw this picture, I was like, who does that remind? Oh, yeah. No, I'm kidding. I had to take the easy joke.
Wow.
But anyway, I'm kidding, people. Everybody relax.
Just look at it this way. As bad as that was, AJ, it could have been a lot worse.
No, I like how Marty T said, I think the turtleneck brings it all together.
It could have been a lot worse because it could have been this jersey. That was the original third jersey that the Blues were supposed to have, with horns coming out of their woohoo.
How was this not selected?
Mike Keenan turned it down.
No. I'm saying, how did none of us select this as the worst?
It was never
I'd like to officially change my pick.
Oh that's my right. God! Look
and
at
that's the
letters.
Font that would have been good.
I got to tell you though, that font is extraordinarily awesome. Oh, I love that. I want this jersey just for the font alone.
Look for it on eBay. But yeah, that's where it could have been really bad.
All right, let's see your 9th selection for worst NHL jersey of all time. Now, again, as Puckguy just stipulated, it had to have been a jersey that they actually played a game in. Yep. So let's leave these silly concepts off to the side.
Yep. And so my 9th jersey. Yes, it's probably going to come biased because I am a Sharks fan, but there's something plain about him, and that's the Los Angeles Kings. Their current jerseys, they've worn these as their primary jersey since 2011. Especially the black jerseys, they barely have a waist stripe. They did a little bit better with their white striping or white road striping with the chest stripe, but that logo, I get what they're trying to go. They're trying to go retro, but you can barely see the crown there, and the crown has been a tradition in the Kings look since day one back in '67.
Again, this looks like a jersey you get at Walmart if you can't afford the real one. It seems like it's a shameless appeal to Raiders fans.
I just think it's ridiculous how you have a white line separating the torso and the shoulders, but the torso and the shoulder are the same color.
Yeah, and it might be better if somebody was pointing out the crest looks too small. Yeah, Christine, I totally agree with you. If they had a bigger shield, maybe that would help it out. But holy hell, that solid value with that pick, Puckguy.
Thank you.
Jerk, you're ninth.
I just want to point out Mike Powell making a good point. That's the only jersey Kings fans know because they became fans.
Oh, damn!
Oh, that joke will be funnier in about 5 selections, people.
I was gonna say, bring in the heat, and I love it. So number 9, obviously, the three of us are not really a fan of Reebok Edge. So this one here, you've got the Florida Panthers home jersey from 2007 to 2011. Now, there's a lot wrong with this. Number 1, as I said before, blue is my favorite color. But that said, the Panthers are always known for red as the primary color, and so to abandon that is ridiculous. Number 2, the Reebok Edge piping is just, I don't understand what the hell is going on here. You've got
apron.
Yeah, you got piping on the arm. You got piping down the chest. It's the V-neck just looks weird to me because it's like it's all one color with like blue sprinkled in, and I mean the socks are nice, but like
wow, that's when you're really looking hard for something nice to say.
But the other thing too, Jerk, that logo is a beautiful logo for the Panthers.
Absolutely, it is. And word on the street is the Panthers' third jersey this season will have that as the crest, so I'm very excited for it. But I hope to God it looks nothing like this one.
No. Bring that back up for a second, because I just want to point out the fact that I do find it funny that he uses a photo of like the guy whose claim to fame is like a gif of a donut floating around his head. I just find that very funny. All right. So, back to me. All right.
Number 9.
My 9th selection. And you know how the Penguins were talked about a lot in best. Well, guess what, kids? My selection, the 11 to 13 Penguins alternate. Now, oh my Lord. I'm sorry. When I think of the Penguins, and I understand it's a nod to the heritage, blah, 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 but come on, man. Like, they're known for the black and the gold and what have you. They're not known for the baby blue. And I think what even makes this more annoying is that it's so reminiscent of that alternate that Columbus had for a while. But the thing that really sets it off is how many friggin' waist stripes do you need, man? Like on your arms, on your waist, there's like 17 stripes on this jersey. Like, enough, okay? It's enough. Let it go.
I like this jersey, funnily enough. But
Of course he does.
But you know what you noticed about this one? We talked about it earlier. Logo patch on the chest, not on the shoulders, which are open.
Well, that does make it a little more bland, but also a thing that I said earlier, I'm not a fan of circular logos as the primary crest. So you see that, to me, it just looks like somebody slapped a 12-inch record on the front of the jersey or something. It's just, but
did you notice that the Penguin is wearing a scarf?
Yeah, no, I mean, I didn't want to, actually pour fire on the gasoline, but oh man, just for me, it's like, if they would have taken away about 17 of those stripes, it probably wouldn't have looked that bad. But oof. Anyway, that's my 9th. Puckguy. Oh, look at this. I'm sensing a theme.
There is a theme going on. The Penguins had a really sweet yellow jersey for their stadium series with a great stencil font. I wish that stencil font was in their current set, and because of that, this is what I do not like. The yellow Penguins jersey. Number 1, I get it. It's an homage to their old yellow jersey that they had. I don't like the numbers on the shoulders. They should be down in the black area. That would have improved this jersey tenfold. And yes, while the guys are going to go crazy because it's a yellow gold jersey, I mean, it's a great jersey. I do like this style, but again, the numbers just kill it. I think the yellow bucket, again, an homage to their past, is a little overdone. I think the black helmet would have been a lot better, but just a little stuff here and there that makes it number 8.
You know what it is for me looking at this is I want to rip off the crest, and then I just want to slap a whole bunch of advertisements on it, because literally this looks like a jersey that if like a NASCAR came to life. I mean, you look at the helmet and just the color, but it's just such a shocking color that this looks like if NASCAR sold hockey jerseys. That's literally.
I gotta be honest, this is one of the ugliest jerseys I've ever seen.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. That solid value again, Puckguy.
Thank you.
In the later rounds.
Yeah. Oh, and then here comes Hockey Jerk to go. Hold my beer.
So, we've spent a lot of time in Pennsylvania, so why not just stay there? Yeah. The Philadelphia Flyers 50th anniversary jersey from back in 2016-17.
And this is only because Jerk had to make a decision, because he was like, every Flyers jersey in franchise history for number 8, please.
I literally said, AJ said, what's your 8th worst? And I said, every Flyers jersey ever. And he said, you have to pick one. Yes. So, oh boy.
Hello.
Oh boy.
I'm knocking things over. I hate it so much. So number 1, you're altering your crest to add that gold border. Now, I get it. It was the 50th anniversary. It's the golden season, and that's fantastic. But still, dumb. Number 2, gold numbers. Dumb. Number 3, orange shoulder caps. You look like the Flintstones, like push pop, you know? And...
And you know what the other thing too is, the body of this, it looks white, but it also looks like almost cream colored.
Yeah, exactly. It's just an ugly jersey. There's no redeeming. Actually, I take that back. The 2 redeeming qualities of this jersey. Number 1, it had a patch on both shoulders, which is kind of ridiculous, but they're pretty cool patch logos. And number 2, they don't wear it anymore.
See, the thing about this one, to me, the uniform itself doesn't scream Flyers. When I think of Flyers, I think of that shoulder striping that goes all the way down to the arms and kind of flares out. To me, this doesn't look like the Flyers. You know, the look. I get the gold accents because it's a 50th anniversary jersey. Sure, I think they could have done a little bit better for it, but yeah, to me, it could have been a little bit better. But I see they're going for like more of a simplistic look.
As far as Jerk is concerned, it's like they could have done this 100 different ways, all of them better.
I mean, literally, they had the Jeremy Roenick era black and orange jerseys just sitting there, and they didn't.
Yeah, they blew it. All right, so on to my number 8, and this is going to upset Jerk a little bit, but I had to pick Calgary, people. The 2000 to 2003 Calgary Flames Blacks. What the hell is that on the front of their jersey as a crest? Come on. I don't know what if that is supposed to be a goat, a bull.
It's supposed to be a horse.
Okay. The fact that you had to explain it to me, that means that the drawing was done poorly. Just this is not good, people. This is now, if you were to put the Red Sea with I guess if you took the shoulder patch and you made that the crest of this, I'd actually like it. But that logo ruins it for me. Yeah, just not feeling this one. Sorry. Yeah. Now, see, exactly. Put a unicorn on the front of it, then we'll talk.
No, that'd be corny.
I like how we've each had one jersey that we hate so much that we're speechless.
Yeah, not too bad. And oh, wait a minute. I thought we were done shitting on the Flyers, but let's go back, shall we?
Yeah, for my 7th rounder, it's the this past year's Stadium Series jersey for the Flyers. I'll give them full credit for trying out something unique with the helmets. I love that idea. The thing here is there's no contrast in these jerseys, and I get what they were trying to do with trying to make it simplistic. And rumor is we're going to kind of see a similar look with the Oilers, with them going navy and orange.
You have to give it up for dual purpose jerseys. I mean, after you're playing hockey, you can go out and like help direct traffic as an orange cone.
No, you can go pick up trash off the freeway.
That too.
And you see in the background the Penguins jerseys. I didn't mind those too much, but if you're at Lincoln Financial Field for this game and you're in like the nosebleeds in the upper bowl, are you able to see those numbers?
No.
That's I think it could have been if a lighter color to have a little more contrast, a little more like a lighter creamsicle orange that they've been wearing for years, as opposed to this darker orange. I think it would have popped out a little bit more. But again, this doesn't look like the Flyers to me. Yeah,
No.
it has their iconic P logo, but it doesn't look Flyers to me. But I'll give them full notch for the helmets.
Okay. Again, we're digging deep to find the silver lining of something. I'm not even sure. But okay, everybody. Here comes Jerk's seventh worst.
Before you throw it up, Eric, I just want to say when I picked this one, number 7 in the worst jersey draft, both of these guys were upset at the same time because they wanted. Even if they didn't want it in their top 10, they had it on their short list. It's the Las Vegas Golden Knights jerseys.
See, yeah, Go ahead and explain Jerk before I go on a rant.
So number 1, we talked about earlier, Vegas Gold, one of the worst colors ever. Number 2, like your color, your color, you rep the color wherever you go, and you're in your offices and you're saying, what color is going to identify us? Dark gray. I mean, what the hell? Like, it's just so boring. I mean, you might as well, like, I don't even know. It's just, I have no words for it. The gloves are a redeeming quality, I guess, because they have some gold elements to them, but this is just a ridiculous jersey to me because it's so boring. These look like the jerseys that defensemen wear at practice. And the shoulder logo is cool. And
yeah.
In terms of Las Vegas, I'm honestly, they're getting a 3rd jersey next season allegedly, and it's going to be head to toe Vegas Gold, and I am upset that it's not going to be like a red color, but at the same time, I'm very excited to have another jersey to crap on.
Well, see, I look at this and I go, this would be like and for most franchises, this would be their alternate. You know.
See, I do like this jersey. Yeah, I'm a little iffy on the dark gray, but I get what they were trying to do because it was a military look that Bill Foley wanted to go for as a Vegas owner. I really like how the striping is on the arms, and the attention to detail that Adidas put in the jersey crest itself. I thought was a really nice touch. But it is Vegas, so
well, and I hate that the arms, the gold on the arms, like no matter where I see it, it looks plastic, or it looks like an arm diaper or something. There's something about it. It's like too shiny or something. But yeah, it doesn't work for me. And again, it's I'm not knocking them just to just because it's Vegas. I mean, before the Sharks ever played a game against these guys, I remember seeing it going, really? But anyway,
I would also like to point out the Vegas Golden Knights have a gladiator helmet as their crest logo. Think about that.
Okay, let's move on. Let's get back to the East.
Yes.
So with my number 7th pick, I'm going with the 82 through 92 New Jersey Devils. And the reason being is, I'm sorry, green and red and white don't go together unless it's the month of December. This looks like Christmas puked all over a hockey jersey whenever it happened, when the Devils decided to replace green with black. That was a huge difference that needed to happen. I mean, and it's also one of the reasons why I'm not the biggest fan of Minnesota. There's just something about green and red, it's very difficult. I know Davalos is losing his mind saying Christmas colors are great, but nah, I'm not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it. Not when you compare it to what the Devils went with after this. I don't know. That green is just, maybe if they chose a different color green, but that primary red against like what looks like pea soup green or army green or olive green, whatever. Maybe if it was more of a primary green, I might dig it. But anyway, let me get off my soapbox and move on to number 6.
All righty, we move onward to the number 6 pick, and the thing I have about this one is that you're a team from the 90s. You can kind of embrace it a little bit. Don't try to look like a team that looks like they've started in the 1920s. And that's what I felt like when the Florida Panthers came up with their third jersey.
I'm sorry, I already took the Pittsburgh Penguins.
No. This is the Florida Panthers. This is the Florida Panthers third jersey.
Looks an awful lot like the jersey I chose earlier. But
well, they're in the
how funny would it have been?
2000s?
How funny would it have been if I had chosen that Pens jersey, you chose this one, and Jerk chose the Columbus jersey alternate? That all of these look incredibly the same. But go ahead.
Right, and that's the thing here is that this one, the Columbus one has a redeeming factor with the cannon logo. This one just looked on it, and to me, didn't scream South Florida. Now, if the Panthers were ever to do like a Miami Vice style jersey, like the Miami Heat have done over the last few years, oh my gosh, that would sell like hotcakes. In my
Everything
opinion.
would have to be pastel.
That's nothing wrong with that. If you're going to Miami Vice,
even the shoulder patches suck on.
I was going to say those shoulder logos are stupid.
I'm telling you, man, these are horrible. Okay, see, even Chango in the chat. Is that Columbus? Yeah, exactly.
Right?
That's one of those ones where you just kind of go, wait a minute, I thought we were using authentic jerseys here, guys.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you want to buy that one, you can go to ChinaHockeyJerseyForReal.com.
Okay, Jerk, you're 6th.
So at number 6, this jersey is so new that there's a good chance you probably haven't seen it. It's the Vancouver Canucks new third jersey, new as of a month ago. The skate in the rink. Now, the one redeeming quality of this is the 50th anniversary logo.
It sucks just as much as their other logo.
Now, the stick and rink logo, I am a fan of this logo, but as a shoulder patch, I don't think it's a good crest logo.
Here comes Davalos.
Oh, yeah, right. Hey, you know what? When you know, you know. The stripes are, I don't understand, are those like quadruple wide stripes? And they're just, the colors, I'll give the colors 10 out of 10, but the layout of everything, it's a 0 out of 10. And maybe it's just the way the picture is framed, but the sleeve numbers, they seem a little higher than normal, which I'm not particularly keen on.
Didn't they also change the shoulder patch on this too?
No, that's on
this one I don't. I was gonna say this one I don't believe has a shoulder patch.
Oh, you know what? We might have to DQ you on this one. Davalos makes a good point. They haven't played a game in this yet.
Well. Okay, no, that's fine. I mean, I got a list of other ugly jerseys.
Okay, to replace this one, Jerk will take every other Vancouver jersey ever used.
That's coming up, folks.
Just wait, though. The first time they wear this, Davalos, if you have a Twitter, send me a DM so I know who you are. The first game they wear this jersey, I'm going to tweet you and I'm going to say this is the 6th worst jersey of all time.
Nice.
Oh goodness, yeah. There's the sticking rink. I don't get why they're so excited about the sticking rink logo. It just, no, not liking it.
Okay, so we move on to my 6th pick. I think you guys had to know this one was coming. You had to know. Now you saw the choice that Eric had earlier with the present day LA Kings. I'm sorry. This one is even worse. This is my pick, number 6. How bland can you be? Just gray, black, white, and then to set it off with diaper-colored shorts. I mean, the all-white shorts. This might have been okay if they had gone with black shorts, but just to have all that white and then just nothing about this jersey pops. This is so bland, you wouldn't practice in this. I mean, it's just the only redeeming quality is the slightly bigger crest.
Yeah,
that they should have put on their normal jerseys. So
I'll give them the Stadium Series patch too.
I'll give them kudos to the little accent of the two crowns representing their two Stanley Cup victories.
Yeah.
Sure that
Okay.
rubbed the Sharks the right way. But
fine. Oh, by the way, San Francisco Giants just won again. But anyway, yes, this is a Stadium Series jersey, Laurel. This was the one that LA wore facing the Sharks at Levi Stadium. So, yeah, this is it's a bad, bland jersey.
Yeah.
All right.
Good. Not good at all.
Okay, it's about to start to get really good because we're into the top 5, everybody. Top 5 worst jerseys of the NHL. And it's just going to get worse from here.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
I can't wait.
And my number 5 pick, well, we mentioned it about the chat, how much I loved the Coyotes original logo in jersey. Well, on second thought.
Oh, this is the thing I was mentioning earlier where they used just the head as a crest.
Yeah, they used the head as a crest for the Phoenix Coyotes third jersey from 98 to 2003. That's right, folks. This lasted 5 years. Number 1, they used just the coyote head. Number 2, what the heck is the iguana doing on their shoulders? And number 3, really, we have to have a desert scene with cacti on the bottom of the jersey.
Yeah, this is one of those jerseys where they literally just threw everything in the wall and said, you know, oh God, I just don't understand how this, like this, the mock-ups for this had to go across so many people's desks to get approved, and somehow everybody gave this a green light. I mean, holy hell. But anyway, let's go. Let's pick it up here. So your 5th, jerk. There we go.
All right. So my number 5th, I believe it was you, AJ. You mentioned earlier about red, the color red. So the Minnesota Wild's red jersey from 2002 to 2017. I literally have no words for this. Now, I don't hate red as a primary color. I think it's okay, but there's a lot of this that stands out. Number 1, the Reebok Edge piping made it very stupid looking, especially on the top. Same thing. I feel like the patches of green that the numbers went in, I feel like A, they're too big, but B, they're too high as well. I thought maybe it should have been lower and smaller, but just like when I think about, you know, being in the wilderness, the color green comes to mind, and this jersey is like 14% green. And yes, Mike Powell, isn't this their current practice jersey? 100% it is.
Oh my God. Well, and somebody else to really make us feel like crap, Marty McFly saying an elementary school student won a contest to make that Arizona jersey we were just looking at.
Well, you know what though?
It looks like it.
That elementary school student is an adult now, so they can handle it.
Yeah, they should. It was bad, and they should feel bad.
Tell them they can come on the podcast.
But yeah, the Reebok version of this, when they went to RBK, they just destroyed. I thought it was better without the little shoulder, striping. It was more plain. Oh, and the other thing, they actually had waist stripes. The one that we're looking at here doesn't have waist stripes. It looks like it was a half-drawn jersey. The one that they originally had, I thought looked a lot better.
Somebody drew this up and ran out of ink halfway through.
I was gonna say if you made the bottom part of the sleeve green, it would look like a bro tank.
Yeah, it's man. Yeah, there's something about Wild jerseys as a whole. Like earlier, Jerk wanted to take like every Flyers jersey ever created. I'm kind of there with like Minnesota. Like they really don't. I think the only one that I would even consider would be the one that has like the baseball writing of Minnesota across the front.
See, and I hate that one too. The only one that they actually did well on, in my opinion, is their At a Zero home jersey. That's like the one they did well on.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you thought it couldn't get any worse, hold my beer. With my number 5 pick, and we've only gone off the board a couple times, so to speak, of like teams that don't necessarily exist anymore. We saw Puckguy earlier when we were doing best. He came up with the 70s Golden Seals. Well, I'm about to dip into the 70s, my friends. 76 or 82, the Colorado Rockies. Now, If you think, haven't we seen this before? Yes, it's because 95 to 97 Blues are almost as bad as this, but not quite.
Same color scheme.
Yeah, like essentially the same color scheme, but I'm sorry, that logo sucks. It sucks so bad. I don't want to get into what it looks like. I really don't. I can say some bad things, but I'm not going to. But just everything, the patches. It was like, oh look, that was like, no, put that back up, damn it. No, the thing, because who the hell wants, like, it's like Pac-Man caught some sort of STD and they decided to slap that on the shoulders. It's just everything about this is bad. It looks like the mountain is on fire. The way they cut it, it's just everything about this jersey is it's bad. It's bad, and to have it with like basketball shorts just make it worse.
Oh, geez.
And that C on the shoulder and in the middle is the inspiration for the Avalanche's current shoulder logo and crest logo on their third jersey, which I hate. It looks like a damn belly button. Bring back the Yeti foot.
Yeah, bring back Yeti foot now. And just imagine, kids, this is pretty bad. I've got 4 more to go.
It's all about state pride, though, right, guys? I mean, that is,
dude, nobody can be proud of that.
Colorado state flag. So,
well, you know what? I don't see the Broncos rocking that. I don't see the current baseball team rocking that crap.
That's probably their next. Well, you know what? I think they had a batting practice cap.
Oh, good for them. All right, go to your number 4 already.
All right, number 4. Yeah, we're starting to get fugly, and how can you say fugly when you have a picture of Joe Thornton with it? I mean, come on. Joe Thornton breaking out the Winnie the Pooh jerseys from 1995 to 2006. They were just horrible. I mean, I don't even know what that shoulder striping is on there, and then just have it say Bruins on there was bad. But you know, I mean, man, that's such an intimidating Winnie the Pooh bear there on that jersey. And to think, guys, when they first unveiled these jerseys, they wore them at home and they wore them with white helmets.
Oh, jeez. That is.
It was like somebody came along and said, you know, what could make this jersey worse? And yeah, the Bruins patches on the show, just really? Okay. Anyway. Chingo. There it is. Gummy bear jersey. There you go. Why does the bear look stoned? Absolutely. And Marty McFly has now unsubscribed because of this. Clearly feels strongly. But yeah. There's worse, but yeah,
there is worse.
Had we gone 15, this might have made it. But anyway, so we move on to Jerk, your 4th worst.
So my 4th worst is going to be, so the Islanders have they've had quite a few alternate jerseys in the last 10 years. Most of them they've botched, but this one they've especially botched. It's their 3rd jersey from 2011 to 2014. Now, all I can think of here is like, you know, Department of Corrections inmate number 377-1A. Like,
well, it's the worst because it's like, not only did you put the name of it, because I hate when they put the name of the team on the front. Like, that was one of the only redeeming qualities of the new Vancouver jerseys, that they took the stupid word print off the front. But it's like, oh, you know what? The word isn't bland enough. Let's put their number on the front too.
I picture like some big free agent acquisition coming in, and they're like wearing the sweater at the press conference. It's like, yeah, I'm really happy to be playing for the Islanders. Like looking down at the jersey, but so.
Well, Davalo's pointing out a good point, is that this is basically an homage to the New York Knicks.
Yeah, well, the New York Knicks suck, so whatever.
Yeah, they have for quite some time.
So you've got the jersey, and you're mixing in black and gray and orange, and it's a weird
with a blue helmet.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's a weird schmozzle of colors, right? But then you turn around and you've got blue gloves and blue helmet, so now you really stand out and look like a Power Ranger directing traffic, or maybe you're on your way to prison or something.
It's like we didn't have enough. We only had enough money to redo the jerseys. We ran out of money to get gloves and helmets.
And two, this is my 4th worst jersey, which means but the one redeeming quality of that jersey is that they have their crest logo on the shoulder.
Yeah, that I'll give it.
And the crest logo kind of pops pretty well off of that gray.
Chango's saying that jersey's why Tavares left New York.
Oh,
I love it. All right, so my 4th worst, and yeah, this is not good. The 96 through 1999 alternate jersey for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Are you kidding me? And I can't believe this is the best picture we could have come up with, because there was so many bad things about this. Again, I go back to the circle patch on the front with the 2 different word marks for Tampa and Lightning. Not a fan of that. I don't know. Is that supposed to be hail across the? I don't know what the lines are. Is it supposed to be confetti? We don't know the numbers, and then what the hell is on the sleeves? I mean, this is just some of the most silliness things ever. This, like, if the LA Dodgers designed a hockey jersey, this is what it would look like.
oh!
I'm just saying.
I do. There is one redeeming quality. I do like the lightning bolts on the sleeves. The one thing you can't see on here is the black water waves on the bottom of the jersey. That's just bad. But
again,
yeah,
pointing out the fact that you could have come up with a better photo than this one.
I looked, but there was nothing that captured the spirit of the thing. And it's like black arms, gray shoulders, blue chest. It's like,
and even then, a green commemorative patch.
Yeah.
Well, that was for the guy was battling cancer. Come on.
Well, then put a ribbon on there and make it the right goddamn color.
Like that one, it looks like you're in an art studio and you're in the dark and you knock over your cart of paint and it's like, oh God, all my life's work, I knocked it over. That kind of looks okay. Why don't we sell it?
No, I just like the irony in putting, like, you know, a 4-leaf clover, because the last thing I would feel in that jersey is lucky. All right, we're into the top 3. Go ahead, Puckguy. Your third worst of the NHL. Well, again, detecting another trend.
Yeah, this is the 3rd time this team is on the list, and it's a shame. Once again, another trend. It's a shame that Wayne Gretzky had to wear it and wore it in the same season as the other one. Yes, it's the Burger King jersey, folks. The 3rd jersey, the original 3rd jersey of the LA Kings. It only lasted 1 season. I wonder why. But this one was bad. I mean, the
last one game.
The pageant sash just looks bad. The angry Burger King logo. There is a rarity for these ones. These ones are really hard to find, and those who have it usually
they've all been burned.
Well, a lot of them are, there's a certain day or night that all these guys get together who have these Burger King jerseys at Staples Center to rock them. In fact, these were quote unquote so popular. The Manchester Monarchs had a vote as to what they wanted to do for a specialty 3rd jersey night. This design won.
Yeah, because they want to make some money selling those on eBay. I'm seeing it in the chat right now, and I feel the same. It's like, hello, how can I help you with it? Yeah, I'll take a size 54 jersey and 2 Whoppers, please. And I mean,
wow. Do you want cheese on your jersey?
Yes.
The one thing I like about these, that shoulder logo, when they had that as the crest, that's probably my favorite Kings logo.
Yep.
Is that one.
Yeah. I was about to say the exact same thing.
Aside from like that purple and black crown they stopped wearing in like 2012.
Jeez. Okay, let's move on. Oh God. I'm detecting a theme. This is the 4th alternate jersey in a row that we're going with now.
Not only that, but we're staying in California, so you don't have to travel too far. So we mentioned it earlier. It was the Ducks' 3rd jersey under Reebok, and it's coming back under Zero for next season. It's the mighty orange Ducks of Anaheim.
That's mighty orange, all right.
Like, okay, orange is the primary color. Not going to happen. Not a fan. Right there off the hop, you're doing disrespect to the Mighty Duck logo by pairing it with anything besides eggplant. No, and number two, if you're gonna have an orange jersey, go all the way orange. Don't have that ugly black, gold, like half cuff sleeve near the gloves. And also too, the strings. I hate the strings on those jerseys where they don't dangle; they just go straight across. It's like what are you trying to prove?
Yeah,
Like
strings at all just are silly with these necks.
The one thing I can kind of be okay with is the webbed D as the shoulder logo. There's something about it that kind of pops well. I think it's because it's a little glossy, but regardless, this is just an ugly jersey that's disrespectful to the Mighty Ducks logo. And the example that Eric is using has Patrick Maroon on it, so it's even worse.
But again, though, if you were to take this, strip off all the Anaheim markers and put on San Francisco Giants markers, these things would sell out in a heartbeat at the store.
Absolutely. The other thing too is I get what they're trying to go for. It's orange. They play in Orange County. I get what they were trying to do, but and I thought their original Stadium Series jersey was bad. I thought worse. This one, it's not horrible, but it is horrible. If that makes any sense.
I wasn't a fan of that Duck Stadium Series jersey either, except I did. I don't even want to say I liked the shoulder logo for the actual design itself. I liked it for what it was trying to symbolize. It was like the OC for Orange County, but like in the webbed like D style. I liked that for what it meant, not exactly what it looked like. And to your point earlier, AJ, the Ducks Heritage jersey from last season, that was the first Ducks jersey in a while that was actually a looker.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't mind the number font on those, but anyway, again, scraping the bottom to find some redeeming quality.
Eric Bottomer, nice job on those, by the way.
Anyway, okay.
Shut up.
Number 3. Chango. Anybody going to the September 25th Giants game for the Sharky bobblehead? Yes, it's bobblehead on a Zamboni, both Lucille and Sharky. And yes, tickets already in hand. So 78 through 85 from my number 3 pick. This one's for you, Davalos. Look at these piece of craps right here. I mean, have you ever? I mean, a V-neck. I mean, the only thing that's missing from this is a turtleneck. No kidding.
Oh, come on.
But my Lord, like if you look at the red, it almost looks like red duct tape to hold the jersey together. It's just, man, this is hideous. And again, this is my 3rd worst. I have 2 more to go. Look at the just, oh my God, this is bad. Again, we're going to go back to the chat when we're all done and see whose worst list did you like the most, since we did the best. But I'm feeling pretty good about my selections. If you think my worsts were in fact the worst, this is hideous. Even the flaming skate or whatever the hell that is on the shoulder, there's just everything about this is like, this is what they hang up in places where it's like, this is how you don't do a jersey.
And to have the numbers literally on the bottom part of the arms where you can barely see the arm, that's already a problem. The other thing too, I hate to say this, but if they had gone blue and green with this and made it their alternate, they might have actually sold these this season, Hockey Jerk.
It's possible. I think, either go with the blue and green or get a black version of this jersey where it's a little more low key, and versus like this, it's like,
no, even if you the V-neck thing is so stupid.
When somebody brought it up in the chat, and I agree with them. I think, welcome to McDonald's in 1974. Would you like to try our apple pie?
Yeah, pretty much. All right. But hey, if you didn't think that was yellow enough, have we got something for you?
Oh boy, howdy do we. This one was not pretty, and And would you like some Dijon mustard with that? It's the Nashville Predators third jersey from 2001 to 2007. The good, they tried a different color. The also good, they had like a weird texture jersey that you actually had like the Dijon mixed with like navy blue underneath. Everything else is bad. The 3D logo that they try to do with the Predators, no.
In what world is that 3D?
Well, compare it to the original Predators logo.
Okay, I get it. It's a profile flat versus this. Still, this is, you know, if you were to put the normal Predators jersey or a crest on this, it's not half bad.
It's not half bad, but that logo just
yeah, that's what makes everything wrong about this.
Have you ever done LSD?
Yeah, this one was really bad to me, and it makes me want to say, "Hey AJ, do you have any Grey Poupon?"
Oh, but of course. All right, you're number 2, jerk. I mean, not you personally are number 2, but we'd like to hear your second pick.
This jersey reminds me of a number 2.
Boy, see, I set him up on a tee, people.
When I think of Atlanta Thrashers, I don't often think of anything going right for them, and this jersey is one of them. It's their alternate jersey from 2008 to 2011, or, you know, as we also like to call back earlier, inmate number 377-1A. That is I mean, the primary color is fine, but the way that they mixed in the white on the arms, I don't understand that. And the word Thrashers on there it's weird to me. I mean, we've talked before, we don't really like word mark jerseys, but to have an orange word on a red jersey, it's just not poppy enough for me. Obviously, number on the front, stupid, as we all agree with. The shoulder logo, I feel like there's something to be said about that in a positive way, but
yeah, I got 2 words for you. Meep.
Yeah, and to top it all off, you've got this whole cluster of red and orange and white all vomited together, and then it's like, it would be great if we wore blue gloves and a helmet.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I feel bad that Evander Kane had to start his NHL career in this jersey.
Yeah, no kidding.
But I said it earlier, but the one good thing about this jersey is that is not worn anymore.
Well, the thing about this too is that you look at that word mark, and all I can think of is the skateboard magazine Thrasher. That's what it screams to me. And then that white 9 on the front, again, I think of like a stock car or something. That's what this reminds me of. And
why is the word Thrashers also not in white? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's thrown off. But again, I look at that shoulder patch, and all I can, hear about is like the only thing that would make this better if they played at Acme Arena.
that patch also looks like it goes like all the way around the arm too.
Yeah,
it does.
If they played at Acme Arena versus the Coyotes, that would set this. Roadrunners versus the Coyotes, that would have been great. Okay, yeah. Every time they score, meep. Okay. Exactly, Chingo. Where's Wile E. Coyote? Absolutely. So with my second, and I was surprised that when we drafted, I was surprised that this did not go in the first round to somebody else, because I had the number 1 pick in the draft for worst. But with the second pick, I went with the 2003 to 2006. The how the hell did this go for 3 seasons? Thank God one of those we were actually off for the year because of the lockout. But the 03 to 06 Dallas Stars third Mooterus jerseys. Now, if you haven't heard of this being called the Mooterus, figure it out, people. I mean, oh my God. The laughing stock. Now, you think about it, the idea behind this, using a constellation. Interesting idea.
Good
Not
idea.
one that is shaped like a woman's uterus, but it's, okay. It's just oofa. And a funny thing, though, is Mike in the chat is saying the Canucks was still worse. You make a solid point. But this... at least that one lasted for longer than 3 seasons. And like I said, there was one season there was no hockey played. So this technically only went for 2.
If I'm not mistaken, well, first things first, I saw a vintage jersey display that actually had this next to the oil drop jersey.
It's like 2 of the worst alternates in history.
Well, and think about what each of them look like, and then you can take your brain there.
Hey now.
But also, if I'm not mistaken, is there a freaking logo patch on the bottom of the lower sleeve?
Yes, it is a star. It's the star logo back then without the lettering in it.
Like, put that crap up on the shoulder. Like, what are you doing?
No, when you look at this jersey, you definitely think, move this the hell out of my closet. Yeah. So that was my number 2. And here we go, everybody. Number 1. Everybody's number 1 pick for the absolute all-time worst jersey in NHL history. Puckguy, your worst of all time.
My worst of all time. All I'm going to say is if this had gone as an alternate jersey, not a primary, I think it would have been okay. But the outcry, the absolute outcry, and the attempt to half fix it was bad. Yes, it's the one I'm wearing, folks, the New York Islanders fisherman jersey. I'm sorry. The waves, yes, again, great for a third jersey. The logos are great, absolutely phenomenal. But the font, the absolute nightmarish font. I mean, it doesn't do justice on here, folks, as to how bad these jerseys are, because you can they're barely legible. They were barely legible back in the day. I mean, how? Zdeno Chara had to wear this. It's his first jersey in the NHL. And
Marty McFly just unsubscribed for the 3rd time tonight. That's funny. No, I want to go to the team. If the team if they don't play at Long John Silver's arena that's a problem. But I would still wear that before I would wear that damn Vancouver V one.
But I mean,
okay, all right, okay, you make a point.
Yeah, the font. Oh my god, it's just bad, and I feel bad.
The good news about this style, though, when you're drunk, that looks perfectly level.
Oh,
it's twofold because like the font is already not symmetrical, but the shapes themselves are not, blocky or some form of circular. They're like, are we sure this one wasn't designed by an elementary school kid?
Yeah, what kid won the contest for this? Chango saying DiPietro got hurt because of this jersey.
Oh man!
All right.
My pal, okay, that's a bad choice. Makes me seasick.
You know what? Stick taps to you though for going with an actual jersey versus a specialty.
Well, and again, like I said, if this was an actual third jersey that they had worn, I mean, it would have. I think it would have done
like 4 times a year as a goof.
Right. I mean, the shoulder patch. Is
go to the concession stand and there's $5 fish sticks.
Trust the Gordons, fisherman.
Oh, you can have so much fun with this.
All right,
Jerk. Numero uno, pal.
So my numero uno, it's god awful, but I think a lot of you have forgotten about it until the picture makes it up there. Y'all remember the 2015 All-Star Game when it was sponsored by Monster Energy? Because good frickin' god, these are ugly jerseys.
I'd still wear one of these over that Islanders one.
Hell no, dude, that Islanders one is clean. So this one, for starters, lime green is the worst kind of green to use. If you're looking green, Forest, Kelly, even olive or victory green, but lime green, no sir. That weird striping down the side, Adidas is not the manufacturer, so get out of here with the striping. You have a on the black jersey, you have a grayed out shoulder patch, so you can barely see it, and on the white jersey, you have a whited out crest, so obviously you can see it, but it's like you might as well be wearing a T-shirt.
Hear me out. I have 2 words for you: blacklight hockey.
And also, on top of that, if you notice, if you're wearing the jersey, to the left of the NHL shield, it says All-Star in some kind of douchey cursive.
Yeah, that's the part that is kind of throwing it for me a little bit. It almost makes me wonder if they were like saying, you know what, let's put this little patch up there, and then it's like next year it'll be like, we've replaced the douchey All-Star patch with an actual advertisement. Let's see if anyone notices.
Not only that, but if you look at the numbers, both on the sleeve and on the back, they're like suspiciously skinny. Like it almost looks like you were on Microsoft Paint and you were cropping something, and then you cropped it too much and it got all pixelated.
Oh, Marty T making a good point. Well, how about this year's All-Star jerseys that were literally made of trash?
My response
Good point.
my response to this: I own one of this year's All-Star jerseys, 1,000 times better than this one.
Yeah, definitely.
But solid point. He makes a solid point. That was good.
Yeah,
that was good. See, the thing I like about this year's is that they actually featured the team that the person played for as the front patch. Because
I don't like that.
Oh, see, I kind of get a kick out of that. It's kind of like, it's like in football, like they'll wear for All-Star game, you know, they all wear the same colored jersey, but they all wear their own helmet with their own logo, and same thing in baseball with the All-Star games. So, oh no. And the All-Star game, they actually, that's the thing I think is so stupid with the MLB, is that they wear like their own uniform in the All-Star game. Like, why aren't you all wearing the same, you know, the National League thing or whatever that you wear in batting practice? I always thought that was really stupid. Like, just wear your team hat, but okay, I could get into this all day. All right. So the worst NHL jersey of all time. Now I have to say Puckguy is a bit of a dick because he's kind of leaked it because it's fucking been hanging behind him the whole time. But the 95 to 96 Anaheim Ducks alternate jersey. Well, you did kind of screw me on that. But this is without a doubt the worst jersey to ever happen, whether it's the silly font for the numbers. Let's just talk about the numbers for a second. What looks like flags or flaps as the shoulder, like hanging off the end. Not to mention that it looks as though everything in this jersey is sublimated. Like there's just no stitching on it whatsoever. It looks like everything is printed. That's what it is, man. And then finally, that your mascot is breaking through the ice and exploding through. Could you imagine something like, okay, here's your homework, Puckguy. I want you to make a version of this for the Sharks. Seeing Sharky bust coming out of the Zamboni just like he did when he came out. Oh my God. Yeah. A Zamboni that wraps halfway around the side of your body and it's right in the center. It's Sharky coming out. I mean, that would just be,
I just think it's funny. I just think it's funny that on this jersey, the mascot is wearing a different jersey.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. It's just so silly. It's just an amazing amount of silly. And
I like the pants on a side. I like
pants are okay. But the fact that these guys had to wear this for an entire year, like I'm so surprised that these did not like the players just came in and went, are we getting punked? Like, oh my Lord. And Christine asking, do you have a better photo of the logo? No, we can show it to you in real life because it's hanging behind Puckguy.
Yeah, I'll go grab it. Hang on.
Yeah, whip it out, so to speak. But this is, oh my God. So easily, although, you know what? I'm going back and forth now. You know what? I think I might need to update my list. Vancouver Canucks 78 to 85 should have been number 1. This should have been my number 2. That's the pub. I screwed up. That's on me. But yes, the Vancouver Canucks.
All suck.
Vancouver Canucks should have been the worst. But yes, so this is now. Would I buy one of these just for the historic purpose? No. I mean, oh my lord, does this thing have numbers on it or no?
No.
Oh, okay. So you need to get with my guy and get some numbers for that thing. Get yourself some Korea or Solani put on the back of that. But holy hell.
Yeah, this is one of those ones where it's like it's so bad you have to have one.
No, I think it's worse than that. But yeah, I would. Yeah, no. Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, that Vancouver Canucks jersey should have been my number one because it really is worse. Like I would wear this before I would wear the Vancouver one, and not just because it's Vancouver.
Yeah, you want to see the back of? Let's see if I can find. Yeah, you want to see the back of one with the font. Oh,
well, hold on. Laurel in the chat saying, "Who's your guy, AJ?" I don't know what you mean by that. You'll have to clarify.
For your lettering
on here.
No, your guy that you get your lettering from.
Oh! It's just that cat on eBay.
That's the back of that jersey.
Dude.
Again, elementary school kid with crayons.
Dude, that shouldn't say McSween. It should say Sweeney Todd. Oof. Read a book, people. Wow. Yeah, no, I get my plates off. There's a cool cat. What's his user ID?
Let me
customize something or other, but good dude on I think it actually comes from Canada.
Yeah, but on eBay.
Yes, Marty McFly, yes, them. Customized sports on eBay.
Yeah, customized sport. Yeah, good. I've already ordered some. In fact, I received a package today. Would you like to see it?
Yeah, let's see it, dude.
Whip it out. Okay, we're gonna throw. Okay, so that was our best.
Watch it not be what you think it is.
I know this will be fun if it's a disappointing.
Oh no, you might. There should be two in here, and you might be disappointed by both of these,
or very jealous at the same time.
Oh, I don't know. You could be disappointed by both of these. Also, I just realized the jersey that I'm wearing, I need 2 more name and numbering kits. Maybe who do I need to go with, Jerk? I think I'd do one like what, Richter?
Yeah, it's got to be Mike Richter.
Yeah. See, that jersey's the last year that Wayne Gretzky played in the NHL. That was like
I don't care. So overrated.
That's at AJ_strong for those who just said Gretzky was overrated.
All right, so all right, Puckguy isn't allowed to guess because he knows this stuff too well. But Jerk, or no, you know what? I'm gonna throw this out to the chat first. Let's see if they can get it just based on this. Okay, everybody, here are the numbers. Can you figure out who belongs to these numbers and on what jersey? I'll bring it closer so you can get a better look. Who belongs on this jersey? Davalos is there. He's close.
I was going to say, Mike Powell made not a right guess, but a good guess.
And you know what? Would have been very solid.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? And that's if I got a Yeti, if I got my hands on a Yeti, I would get a Nolan.
Yeah.
I would, or a Ricci. I'd have to come back and forth between that. And then the nameplate that goes along with that.
Yeah.
And yes, this is, Rob, you are so close, but you got the name wrong.
Yep.
Remember, I'm a Sharks fan.
Yeah.
So I had to get it with the Sharks nameplate. So I'm looking forward to that. Now here's the one where you're gonna look at it and you're just gonna be like, chill.
Ducks freezing. Oh God, Davalo says.
Yeah, baby. I liked freezing.
Yeah. Then that one was a part of that crazy trade to get Teemu Selanne here to put us over the top to win the Stanley Cup back in 2001. We lose to the Blues in 6.
Laurel, I have a freezing shirt. Love it. Okay. Let's see if you guys can put this one together. Oh. Who does that belong to?
Now that's a tough one.
Yes. Who sews your jerseys, AJ? I don't know the name. I just know where to go. Oh, you know what? I could have been a real tool and done it like this. But anybody...
well, you're putting it up the wrong way if it's what I think it is.
Yeah, and don't think I'm not doing that on purpose. Thanks for blowing that, by the way. Jesus Christ, you're on fucking fire tonight. Okay, so if this isn't help, does this help? Yay? Nay? Anybody? Bueller? Or does this help? Oh, everybody going Wardo. No, old
Wardo
school
Heritage,
people.
yeah,
Oh,
no.
You know what I should have thrown out there as a hint? I should have put that out there.
Let's just hope the person that sews his jerseys isn't looking at the way he's presenting this, because oh man,
What? These look tight. What are you talking about?
no, but if they put on the jersey 42 and the C is upside down,
Oh, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Oh, did I have the C upside down? Look fine to me on this, but I'm seeing the mirror image on here. So,
oh man.
But yeah, but now that I'm thinking about it, it's like I got a white Lady Liberty and a blue Lady Liberty.
Why is it got to be white?
Why is it going to be white? But the whole thing is that's the thing that makes me nervous, though. Is you said we were talking about that they're like triple layered for these. It's like, dear Lord.
Yeah.
Show us the jerseys. Sorry, they're in my closet, man. Do you really need me to go fetch those?
Go on to the Tealtown USA Instagram.
Yeah. Oh no, I actually didn't put them on there because I only put ones that I had printed on there.
Yeah, I mean, over here is the closet full of Sharks jerseys.
And evidently Dallas and Nashville and Anaheim and
Dallas.
That's actually a Minnesota North Stars one right before they left. It doesn't have the Texas patch.
Classic.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad Stars jersey. Davalos, does this mean I can get my original era Sharks jerseys with accurate lettering? Yes, customized whatever somebody put in the go on eBay. Kayla Laurel loves you. Kayla, hold on. Kayla. Yeah. Oh, now she's pissed. Okay. Anyway.
Did you ever get your
spiders?
Yeah, did you get your spiders back yet?
No, I was waiting for these kits to come in so I can do them all in one shot.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah. AJ's got the same guy who does the lettering that AJ got does the Spiders jerseys, and I'm quite jealous. One, that he has Spiders jerseys, and two, that he's actually found the lettering for it. So
those are gonna look tight. AJ underscore Instagram or AJ underscore Instagram. What? How about AJ underscore Instagram on strong.com. AJ underscore strong on Instagram. You can see I took photos of my Spiders jerseys with just the lettering on top. They haven't been stitched yet. I just wanted to get some photos of what they look like, but they're there and they look tight. And again, a nod to the Sharks. Both of the players that I got, Ozelinch and Gates, both of them Sharks players. So, oh, you mean you didn't mean to order the name and numbers from Fanatics? No. But did you guys catch Brent Burns' Instagram story today?
No.
Holy hell, dude! Fanatics backed up like a U-Haul 18-wheeler. I don't know if it's all there. They're setting it all up that it's for him to like autograph, and then they'll pack it all up and then put it on the website to sell, which if that's the case, I think that's really messed up, to be honest. Like, the coolest thing about getting an autograph is like meeting the player, actually getting the signature yourself. Like, look, if that's if that's your only way to get it is to buy the item pre-autographed, if that's what you want, absolutely. The heart wants what the heart wants, but it's just, I just don't like the fact that like a piece of merch that is normally $20 is now $80 because they brought it to somebody's house and had them sign. I don't know. You could get into that all day. I think the debate could go both ways, but.
And the funny thing is they already have the new design for this year's pucks on that table for him. That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't surprise me. But Fanatics sucks. Jace. And I am very proud. In fact, I shared it with the guys earlier. I'm insanely proud that if you go to Google and type in the words Fanatics sucks, generally the first result you get is the article that I wrote about how much Fanatics sucks. So, anywho. How can I get a Pavelski signed Sharks jersey now? Fanatics, evidently.
Yeah.
That's
Fanatics, or if you know somebody in Dallas, and
yeah,
I think they play. They practice in Frisco, Texas. We'll be going there. So
good luck. So anyway, well, that was a nice waste of 2.5 hours.
Oh my gosh,
you know, it's been too long since we've seen you, everybody. But
yeah, it's again one of those ones where we want to have fun, we want to enjoy and bring some content to you in some form throughout the summertime. So
Rob, I think I don't know how we'll see how long this whole thing with Fanatics lasts, because from what I read on different areas and people that I've spoken with, yeah, Fanatics does not have the glowing sterling reputation that it should for a monopoly, as most don't, i.e. Ticketmaster. So we'll see how long the whole deal lasts. But if Giants fans don't like the quality, you know what? Don't buy the product. And when the Giants crack their books in a year or two and say, hey, this team is doing better, yet our merch isn't doing any better, I wonder why that is. Oh, it's because we have a bunch of crappy product in our store. So yeah, that's the whole thing, is show me anybody who likes Fanatics, to be honest. The only people that I have, thank you, Laurel, the only people that I've heard from that enjoy Fanatics are women who want specifically a jersey cut for a woman. And I guarantee you, if Adidas went and made jerseys like that, Fanatics would lose that business.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just don't buy Fanatics branded anything. And I don't. In fact, there's been a couple of times where I've seen one or two pieces where I actually wasn't put off. I actually, you know what? That's actually a decent looking quarter zipper, a good looking shirt. And then I see that logo, that F logo, and I put it right back. I go, nope, not going to do it. Can't support a team who does it, that their attention to detail, their quality, the fact that they can't manage inventory correctly, manage stock correctly. It's like, no, cannot support a company that does this. Can't do it. So I think we're probably done ranting. God, see, that's the whole thing. You don't do a show for a month and it's like, oh, I have to get it out.
Yeah, and it's fun to do this, and who knows what the next one will be. I have a feeling we're going to get a game night in before the season starts, so be on the lookout for that.
Marty T, a Chinese jersey website you guys were talking about is better than Fanatics. You are not wrong, sir. You are not wrong, sir.
Damn.
I'm waiting for us to do commemorative patch jargon.
Oh,
that might be coming along with minor league jerseys too. We can always get into that.
Well, we talked about, NHL jerseys tonight, right? Next time we're going to do one of these again next month, but next month we can't talk any NHL jerseys. It has to be IHL, AHL, just straight minors, guys.
Yep.
And I'm just going out there right now to start things off. Number one best, my pick, San Francisco Spiders.
Yeah, I'm down with that one for sure.
Yeah.
So, in case you missed anything, you want to watch this again, check us out on tealtownusa.com or your favorite podcatcher, whether it's iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio. Whoops, I got that wrong. It's Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Spotify, and of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Yes, I think Marty actually did unsubscribe to us.
Wow.
So let's just, come on.
Nice.
Come on, man.
Well done, dude.
I waited to your word, but come on, man. So.
Hold on. Which Marty? McFly or T?
The one that was threatening to unsubscribe for the third time earlier.
Not cool, brah. Not cool. Come on, man.
So, but yeah, we'll be filling in stuff here and there. Of course, we'll be back with you whenever Joe Thornton and Patrick Marleau sign.
Oh
Um,
God! Don't
you know,
So in other words, see you in September.
don't put that out there.
Dude.
I
Give
mean,
Patrick, give Marleau a freaking AHL only deal with the Barracuda and call it a night.
Because Sommer needs a day off once in a while.
damn. With that, let's talk to the lovely voice you've been hearing, Mr. Hockey Jerk. Your final thoughts and where the people can find you.
So I can't confirm nor deny, but I may or may not have a jersey coming in the mail within the next couple days that I may or may not share a picture of.
Making an announcement that he's going to.
Yeah. So going through our top 10 respective worst and best, it was making me like every time a jersey would come, I'd be like, oh man, I have that jersey, or I have a jersey of that team. I have a lot of jerseys. Maybe I'll post a picture of all of them someday. I am unsure. But if you enjoyed this conversation and you want to have more like them, you can follow me on Twitter at hockey_jerk. We're trying to hit 1,000 followers. It's going to be great. We're going to have commemorative logos for everything. It's going to be a party in all the exclusive clubs. So there it is.
All right. Thank you, Jerk. You can find me on the Twitter and the Instagram at Puckguy14. AJ, you mentioned once before, but just shout out that username one more time.
Who?
You.
What username? What are you talking about?
Jersey Kids.
Oh, I don't know. Somebody posted it in the chat. What, it customized something?
I
Yeah,
posted
customized
it, but I'll post it again.
Yeah.
Customized sports on eBay.
There you go. Well, dude, if we're doing this much advertising, I need a kickback.
Right? No kidding. He's AJ_strong on the Twitter and the Instagram. We'll be back with you sometime in the near future. So do yourself a favor, hit that subscribe button down below or to the side. Hit that bell that notifies you when we are on the air or we go live. And of course, hit us up on the Twitter and the Instagram as well. So for AJ and for Hockey Jerk and for everybody else here, thank you for watching. Check out tealtownusa.com. And until then, keep it real, keep it teal, keep it real teal. Have a great one, everyone. Continue to enjoy your summer.